Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Random Potato here, and we're about to start a new series. This series, I'm going to call it Learning Halo Wars, which is exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to show you games that I personally play, and whether win or lose, what matters is that it's good games, and I'm going to commentate them and explain to you what I could have done better, what I could have what my teammates did that I think is smart or unwise or any type of thing, and it's gonna be a good time. I will upload losses, but I'm mostly gonna upload wins because I think that's gonna be more entertaining. But if it's a good game, it's a good game, and it will be uploaded, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So anyway, let's go ahead without further ado and dive into this first game. So I did start the recording a little bit late. Basically, all I did was build up my warthogs, and I'm playing as a cutter right now. I should mention, and I built up my warthogs, and I decided to go on the offensive and harass a little bit, see what I can poke and prod around at, and I'm also going for ODSTs whilst I pump these warthogs, which was a strategy I was trying for a while. And it's not necessarily a bad strategy, but things kind of have to go your way. That's kind of all the strategies in this game. So right now, obviously that base fell, so I pull out my hogs, heal them up a bit, and yeah, and I was thinking about going Gauss, which I think I actually do go Gauss. And here I'm trying to kill the chieftain. This is actually a fail in epic proportions. I would have undoubtedly killed the chieftain, but I thought I dropped this disruption bomb, and then here I realized, oh, it didn't actually drop, and I was incredibly disappointed. And that lost me all my hogs, and I didn't get the chieftain kill, which I almost decided to drop the hogs altogether after that. However, I went ahead and stuck with it. You know, that's one of the most disheartening things in this game, getting an entire army killed or losing all of a certain type of unit, or losing all your units. It's just like there, especially when I should have had a leader kill, which that's a really satisfying feeling to me, especially getting leader kills and then having that snag right out of your mouth by your own self, really, because that was me who I thought I dropped a debomb, but I didn't. Anyway, I decided to keep my hogs, and I'm building back up. Also trying to keep myself growing and building, and I figure reserves is the right way to go, because reserves, I'm gonna want reserves once I have my ODSTs, and also I'm gonna want to get these hogs out quicker. And I figure that the chieftain would be over here trying to heal up because I wasn't aware of him having any engineers or anything to heal himself. So I figure, let's go to the middle, see if we could catch something, which we did. We caught something, and it was a chieftain. I don't have much of an interest in fighting those brutes because I'm kind of tired of losing hogs, so I pull those out. I'm pretty sure I go back to kill them later. Um, yeah. Well, no, they handle them. And actually, I have to give a shout out to my teammates here. Give credit where credit's due. My red teammate especially. We were pretty on sync this game, and he was hitting hard. He had units, and I don't need my teammates to be great, but I like good teammates. I find that it's more fun to play with them. I don't necessarily need to be carried, but I can't do it alone. I'm not one of those badass lone wolf players that can go out and just put the team on his back and just destroy everything. Here, my teammate's getting attacked, and obviously I'm gonna send in my hogs because Gauss hogs actually do well against banshees, and I'm not sure if he has repeating cannon, which I'm sure he does, because if you notice, he does have the reactor, and obviously he has to have his temple, so there's no reason for those not to be repeating cannon. But either way, Gauss is still pretty good against them, so we drove him back. Plus red also had his hornets and hogs, so that went over pretty well. And here I figure I don't really know why I did this. I kind of make decisions impulsively. I go with what feels right, and attacking weaker bases is really just a really good way screw with somebody and put a thorn in the side. So this is what I do. I went and attacked this base here with my hogs, obviously, and I wasn't planning on actually taking it down once I saw that it had been brought up to Citadel, because things would have something probably would have responded before I could finish it. But I was doing decent damage here. I halfway stripped it, and then I see purple coming up, and I figure I wasn't willing to lose any hogs over this engagement. And I see the tanks, and I was I was preparing for the scenario that I would lose all my hogs. I was pretty sure that was what was gonna happen, but no, some of them did survive, so that was really cool. So I'm not sure why I'm not sure why I didn't okay, I was saving up for ODSCs. That's what I was doing. Sorry, somebody just came in my room. So here I go back onto the offensive, and red's just in the middle having a tussle with purple. So that was cool. And the blue did bring up his shield, which shields are just no fun. They're no fun to deal with. They're good to have, but when you're trying to fight, I mean, they do quite a bit. I actually always, one of my weakest points is the fact that I don't really use defenses very much. I don't really much believe in turrets. It's very seldom. I only use turrets when I feel like they're a necessary line of defense, and I very rarely use turrets. I use shields more than I use turrets, but I really don't use shields that much either. Not until later in the game anyway. So right now I'm just circling the base with my hogs. Don't want to get screwed by anything. And see, this is where I really managed to shine off of what red was doing, because as a result of red having hornets, light blue I should say, went ahead and built vampires. And vampires can't really hold a candle to a Gauss hog, and I'm starting to use these ODSTs. I don't think they were aware that I had that going for me. Matter of fact, I kind of forgot about them too. But so I dropped the ODSTs. I figure why not have a little extra fire support. I have the resources. My eco game is pretty crazy right now, and I figure I could slow down their pump. So I don't want him to be able to completely annihilate red's hornets. So I figured drop the whatever it's called, the summit. Yeah. So I figured drop the summit, and here I don't know what I'm doing. I figure I'm just gonna damage the eco until something comes and drives me off. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get the base kill or not, and then I realized that red was coming to support me. So I figured we were gonna get it, and I clicked my ally because he healed my hogs, which was a really kind thing to do. At this point, I'm pretty sure they there was no further question about whether or not we had this game or not, because that's a pretty large force pretty early in the game, and I'm fairly certain they didn't have anything that could even hold a candle to that. So I figure we keep up our momentum, and I'm pretty sure red agreed, because we do go back to this base again and attack it, which so actually purple, spoiler alert, is about to resign. I think I seem to recall purple resigning for a very specific reason. I'm not going to spoil that though, unless I'm getting my games mixed up. But I drop ODSTs because ODSTs are pretty raw, especially against Covenant bases, I think, because they could all launch that volley of rockets and just pound whatever, and I find that very fun. Oh yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. See this, I was nervous at first, and I was thinking, okay, let's pull back so I could get prepared to take care of this. I'm starting to build up on my base more, and then I realized that he's just done that, and then I'm like, oh, I need to Mac Blast it before it's too late, and so I cancel that, and I get um, this happening, which that was unnecessary. This we could have killed the Scarab without the Mac Blast, but I used it anyway, which causes Purple to resign. I can feel where he's coming from. I don't resign though. If I get frustrated to the point that I don't want to play anymore, I'll either just completely leave and just leave it running, or give all my resources to my teammates and self-destruct. But I don't really resign. That's just, I don't know. Um, it depends on if I feel like the other team deserves to uh, feel the satisfaction of destroying my base. I'm really weird. But we're finally seeing blue come into play here, pulling out the tanks like an absolute savage. So that's really cool. And green's making a desperate struggle to hold up with us, but he does maybe have superior forces. Maybe not to blue, but he does have some good forces. And red at this point has hawks. Blue has what I'm assuming is power turret. If it's not power turret, then there's no excuse for that, given that he's had all the time in the world and a reactor. I'm on Gauss, and I have my ODSTs, which isn't really much against tanks, but in this particular context, it is a lot. So I'm going back to my old tricks, dropping ODSTs on the side of the base. Probably not necessary anymore. We could probably just brute force our way through the rest of this game, but you know, it's fun to be a little bit tactical here. And so I throw my ODSTs to the back, or I don't throw them, I send them to the back. And we were too cool for him. Get it? Because Cryo Bomb. I gave you permission to unsubscribe now. Anyway, it is probably less about the Cryo Bomb and the fact that he was about to get destroyed, and that was rather imminent. But so purple quit, and then we're starting to head towards green. Green didn't resign right away. He held on like an absolute soldier, at least for a little while. So we're all pulling our forces towards him. We're closing in on Germany, or what's it, Berlin. Not calling him a Nazi or anything. I'm sure he's a nice fellow. But yeah, we all close in on him, and I don't know why he didn't resign sooner, if he was just gonna resign, but he didn't. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching this first installment of my series, our Learning Halo War series. I hope to catch you in the next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Oh, subscribe.